Hello, it's Marek. Welcome to MDrives and welcome to another video. Today's topic: why do I think you should consider buying a used BMW M2 now? The prices of all sports cars especially absolutely plummeted over the last 12 months to the point that you can now pick up one of these with, let's say, 80,000 miles, so high mileage models, for as little as £22,000, and I think at this point it is a bargain. I think they are probably getting towards the bottom of where they're going to sit for a longer time, because I'm not expecting these fantastic cars to fall even lower, especially now with spring in the air, and prices probably will creep up slowly again. Average mileage vehicles like this one with 35,000 miles on the clock are around 25 to 26,000 pounds, and I think this is absolutely great price for that mileage. You can also get some lower mileage ones closer to the 30, however they probably sit around 28 these days. If you want to go competition, then obviously you have to add up probably about 4 to 5 grand to the price of the OG. But then you might ask me, why M2? There is so many different performance cars on the market. Well, I think it's a blend of many things which makes this car an incredible, I would say, value for money and incredible proposition. But why M2? There is so many different cars on the market which falls into this category. Well, I think it's a perfect blend of all the best things you can get in a sports car. Well, first of all, the looks. I mean, just look at it. It's absolutely beautiful. I think BMW absolutely nailed F87. It has that perfect blend of being small but still muscular. It reminds me E46, you know, a smaller platform before M3 gone really big. Yeah, I mean, I could talk about that all day long, but yeah, I just think these cars look absolutely stunning. The next thing is practicality of this platform. It is a two-door coupe, but actually it can take 4 full-size adults on board in comfort. The next thing is the boot in this thing. It's absolutely massive. You can pack up your whole family and go for a holiday. Honestly, it's so deep that, yeah, you can fit in a lot of luggage in there. So practicality as a car which you can take for a long road trip is amazing. Next is the interior. Yes, maybe it's not a competition, so you don't get the fancy seats. However, other than that, even OG feels absolutely fantastic. It is very classic. I have to admit that, you know, it's not the most modern looking interior, but because of that, it also is timeless. But let me take you for a drive and show you why you really should buy this car now. The biggest thing about this car I love is the sound of this car. It sounds nuts. N55, it's the pinnacle of turbocharged BMW sound to me. Just listen to it. Let's drop the windows for a moment. Let's drop the gear. It sounds beautiful. Woohoo! Honestly, this thing sounds nuts. And apart from sounding nuts, this thing also has enough power to keep you smiling all the time. Yes, you could tune it, give it more horsepower, but do you need to? No, absolutely not. I never felt like this car lacks power. I think it's spot on. And apart from that, these engines are pretty much reliable. They have a couple of small issues, I experienced some, but it's nothing too drastic and there is no like a massive things to sort out. People say you need to watch out for rod bearings, and by saying that, what they mean is basically change your oil on a regular basis. I would say 5,000–6,000 miles, it's probably a sweet spot. Then make sure you don't push the car when it's cold, wait for it to warm up nicely, and it will serve you for a long time. I've seen examples with 150,000 miles and the rod bearings were still reasonably fine, so it all depends how you look after your car as well. Next thing is the handling of this thing. It's just on another level. Yes, I invested in coilovers because otherwise I felt like it was slightly busy at the lower speed, but even then I enjoyed it for well over 2 years and I absolutely loved it. Now with this suspension modification, it's absolutely dream come true to me. I can't wish anything else, you know, it's just perfect. And the presence of this thing on the road is absolutely amazing as well. If you see one on a video rolling on the road, oh my god, I absolutely love to look at this thing. It's amazing. And the new cars just don't give you the same experience, I would say. They cushion you from the drive. They are faster, but then they becoming a bit numb. You don't get the steering feel, you don't get the same rawness. So yeah, it's a different experience, and I think this is just a perfect level of everything. And I think these things have real potential to become a classic in the future, like E46 becoming classic now because of its presence, because it still feels somehow analog despite all the technology it has. So yeah, I think it was a bit of a pick for BMW cars. And the last thing I wanted to mention is the tuning potential. I think it's huge. BMW platform has a huge following, and you know, you can get tuning parts to these cars pretty much everywhere, every country. You know, there's multiple number of companies doing something for these cars, and I'm a perfect example of that. You know, I've got so many different optional parts which I've thrown in on this car, like steering wheel, gear lever, you know, and my recent upgrade to the shifter bushing. I've got sport cut, I got different suspension. So yes, every part of the car you can fit in with alternative solutions. So everywhere you look at this car, you know, if it's a styling, if it's a engine, suspension, exhaust, there is so many different options available from either BMW or aftermarket suppliers. So you can have a lot of fun with this car. If tuning is something you enjoy, if you like to change your car, modify it, make it feel different, then BMW is really your platform, and F87, it's perfect for it because there is so many parts you can get. So the car offers perfect value for money. If you are after a car which will give you a nice feel, sports car feel, and yet will be practical and will not ruin your budget, then look no further. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure you give it a like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you shortly in the next one. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Do widzenia.